People, welcome to Never Foul. Sorry that we're a little bit late. You can blame Monts. That's always all you got to ever do in life is blame Monts, and it'll be fine. Trust me. But we got a great panel every Friday, as you can see. Today we are joined by Daps. So any Daps sexuals out there, you know what to do. Like you can see him, say hello. I'm pretty sure say hello back. But we got better guests than Daps here. We've got man like D.
What's going on, man?
To give his overall opinions. And if it all basically he's here just to shit on United, right? What are you saying, D?
I don't have to shit on United. You do. I'm just here. I listen to you now. I used to shit on United, but I don't even have to do it. You lot already do. You lot do the talking for me. I just moderate it.
This is exactly what I mean, man. I said Man United, and boy, there's a monologue that comes out of it. Joined by LB, as he usually does on a Friday. If you ain't seen his channel, trust me, go and check it out. It's LB. But I'm pretty sure there's loads of content for you guys to see over there as well. What you saying, Lewis, man? Early mornings?
Early mornings, but it's 11:30, isn't it? You know what I mean? We get cooked for saying that's early morning. People getting up going work at 9. Yeah.
You know what? Cass literally messaged me about 20 minutes ago saying, "Are you awake?" Bro, Keanu had to be at school at 8:10 this morning. What do you mean, am I awake? Bro, been awake for 4 hours.
Yeah, wow. And then the man who's got sandpaper in his eyes, or it feels like sandpaper, is Monts. He's not here at the moment. It will be here in a second. I'm pretty sure he's just, I don't know, splashing water in his face or something like that to wake himself up. He'll be here in a sec. That's not a pause, right? There's no pause there, right? I said that correct.
No, you said splashing water in his face.
Splashing water on his face.
All right, yeah. Oh, you know what? I can see where there could be one though.
Yeah, potentially. But you saved yourself. We didn't have to intervene.
Oh man, big up everyone that's in here. B Swinny, Mustafa, Tom, Raina or Rana, or Rana. Let me know how you say your name properly. I've seen you around loads. Terrell, Fraser, and I'm pretty sure there's actually better others as well that's in the comments, as I can see TBG as well. Right, there's a little few bits. You know, we're not just going to give content for the sake of it because it's, you know, I hate that. I think it's boring and I don't get no thrill from it. But this is going to be heavily Man City dominated. So if people
and
that
you get a lot of thrills from that, innit?
We get
a lot of thrills from that.
Yeah,
from talking about City.
Yeah, they still want Paqueta, who I call Paqueta Crisp. They're chasing my boy Florian Wirtz, which is absolutely pissing me off. And also Chelsea are looking at him as well, so they don't go anywhere. And also the last signing they are chasing is their old boy Leroy Sane. And for all the other ones that have been wanting him back for time, this is actually from a concrete source. So when you look at CF Bayern, the actual journalist, he does a lot of the Bayern news. Maybe this is Sane looking for a new deal, but he's not the only team. Well, Man City are not the only team looking for him. It's also Liverpool Football Club looking for a potential new left or right winger. I can imagine it being right. Maybe it's a Salah replacement. I don't know. Liverpool might have found a long-term replacement in Robertson as they eye up Ait-Nouri, which is another annoying one because then they got a baller for the next 10 years, in my opinion. And then Arteta has been charged. There you go. For the Newcastle. All that outrage against Newcastle, which is justified correctly in my opinion, he's been charged. So yeah, a little bit to talk about. But there's 180 of you going on 208. If you haven't done so yet, even people that are watching this back and watching me talk some shit, smash the like button if you don't mind. It helps the channel loads. Subscribe if you haven't. Any super chats are appreciated. I'll never ask one directly of anyone to get your comment up. If I see one that I like, I will actually bring it up. Pause. But yeah, man. LB, let's start with you because I want to start on the whole Leroy Sane topic first. I see you do a video yesterday. I watched it, part of it, until it made me sick because I realized that my club's not doing any business at the moment, as per usual. Leroy Sane back to City. It's only proven my point right about what Pep Guardiola might be targeting, which is direct wingers again. But do you want him back?
I'd take him back in a heartbeat, man. I think there's unfinished business for Leroy Sane at City. I think he left prematurely. I think he was sold a dream. I don't know if you was there when I was saying this yesterday. But I think when he was at City and he was looking at Bayern. I don't think he one day just went, I want to go back to Bayern. I think that he was sold a dream. I think his family got onto him. I think Bayern got onto him. Yeah, I think the sponsors got onto him.
Yeah.
And I think they sold him a dream. Come to Bayern, a star German. You got Leroy Sane 10. We'll get you a brand and all that shit. And it's just not worked out. Bayern have been terrible in the Champions League since he's gone there. City have just gone and won the treble. And I think he's probably looking at it now going, what was said to me at the time has just not materialized. And I could still be cooking under Pep Guardiola. So I think he probably low-key regrets it. Daps will remember the interview that Sane did after City smacked up Bayern Munich last year. The guy wasn't talking like he was almost supporting us, wasn't he, Daps? You know what I mean? It was a bit of a.
Well, do you know what? It's like, remember when he first arrived at City? When he first arrived at City for a few months, he took a while to settle in because he was younger then, and I think his mum had to come and live in Manchester. Yeah, but then he was never unhappy at City, even through the move. Never did he come out talking about the move, and it was so obvious that, like, I think his family, I think at the time, his girlfriend and his mum wanted to move back. But I've heard that his girlfriend loves Manchester and wants to get back to Manchester now. So maybe grass isn't always greener. Yeah.
They've still got the flat in Manchester.
And then there's been other times where he's come over to games and he's with the players. He's never, since he's gone, he's always tweeting about City. And this is where whenever I see the stuff about Liverpool being linked with him, I think, nah, he wouldn't. And I really can't see him going Liverpool. I agree with you. It's mad because he did so much for City, yeah. But I do get what you're saying about unfinished business because it felt like, and especially his last season, because his last season he got injured in the Community Shield, didn't he? And then was out for a lot of it and only came back for the end. I think there's unfinished business. And look, when we got Doku, I thought, yeah, that's it. Leroy ain't going to come back. But I'm not going to lie. The thoughts of Doku and Leroy Sane in the same team feeding Haaland is just...
And what you've got to remember there as well, Daps, is Bernardo's probably going to be sold if any European team has a brain, you know what I mean? Because he's got the £50 million release clause. If he doesn't get sold next summer, then stop blaming us for running football. Why is no one activating a £50 million release clause for Bernardo Silva? You know what I'm saying? So if he goes... And Foden is being moved into the midfield, then technically we only have two wingers, Doku and Grealish. So we are going to be needing a winger.
And even more so with De Bruyne kind of, getting to that certain age. I think Pep's looked at this season maybe and thought, you know what, we do need that little bit more of creativity down the wing. Even though we've bought a winger, we still need more. And I still think Grealish can play in a central role as well. So I think it does make sense. The hardest question for me here is who would I rather? Leroy Sane, because of the fact that it's Leroy Sane, unfinished business, we love him, or Wirtz? Because that Wirtz is so cold, man.
Yeah, but I think Wirtz will play in the middle. Are you asking like
get both of them?
I think so. Yeah.
I think if you lose,
why not?
If you lose Bernardo Silva, then for me, you probably can. And you've also got to remember that as well. Kevin De Bruyne's not going to be here for much longer.
Yeah,
true. So you're going to have to. I'd go for both of them.
The way I look at it is, I'm gonna go to Mons next year. The way I look at it is, Wirtz will be the attacking. I think the attacking spark that you might miss, and you might go. I don't think Grealish goes in the middle. I think Wirtz is going to be the guy that's because you're lacking someone there anyways. Because Kovacic is about 30 odd years old, and other than Foden, he's going to be there. I think Wirtz might be the long term Gundogan actual replacement. If you want to go like for like type player, go watch Wirtz for Leverkusen. Go look at him.
For real.
Go look at him. Trust me, I think he can definitely be molded. The only difference is Gundogan over time, obviously, he was more box to box. But if you go look at Wirtz, the way he does his role, mental, he does help Xhaka and Palacios out. So, but Leroy Sane is because I think you lack a winger anyways. I think you're lacking an attacking player regardless. Cole Palmer, Mahrez gone. Doku's the only one that's actually replaced there. And then I look at obviously Paqueta, and I think he's going to be the. I truly believe. I think you convinced me that I do believe he's looking at him as the De Bruyne type role. Type player or potentially someone a little bit different. No one can ever replace Kevin De Bruyne, by the way.
Yeah, it's a change. That's the thing. When people say replacement, it's not it's replacement as in that creative element. It's not that he's going to come in and play. Like there's certain it's like when Salah leaves Liverpool. Liverpool are not going to get a Salah replacement. Yeah, there's certain players that you just can't replace. To be frank with you, we never really placed Vincent Kompany because there's certain players that you just can't replace. Like you just. You just get
Yeah,
something different.
it's a bit mad. It's just the way I think you're not gonna have another type of Gundo. No one's gonna be another. No one's ever the next person. They're just their own selves in it, really and
But
truly.
Cass, the other thing is that this whole
Go on.
next Gundogan, it's really easy to say that now because Gundogan's the age he is, right? And Gundogan, you've got to remember, we've seen Gundogan playing an almost 6-like role at times. Then we've seen him playing as a false 9 at times, yeah. So it's easy to say, oh, you know, people aren't like this, aren't like that, but people change and mold. Like that season, Gundo came in and became our top goal scorer. No one saw that coming. That things people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't know where people are going to end up at the end of their career, what position they're going to play. Mascherano ended up playing as a centre-back for Barcelona is another example. Like,
a Pep, right? I was cool. So basically, Leroy Sane is linked with City again. Christian Folk's been saying it, screaming it, but he's also mentioned that your club are interested in him. Are you taking him at Liverpool? And I think he might be. I think he would be looked at as a right winger as well, not a left, considering you got the German connection.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at the whole Leroy Sane thing, I think it doesn't really make sense, like heritage wise. I think it would suit him probably going back to City, as I said, as that kind of alluded to. Like there were a few seasons in there that kind of not tarnished his kind of rep, because when he was in his prime, he was flying. He was competing with Kevin De Bruyne for in-game assists. Like, who does that? No one. Not many people could do that. So, you know, as a winger playing on the left side as well, actually, he's only playing on the left and coming in on his respective weaker foot and then going on the outside. But if we're looking Salah replacement, I don't think it's Liverpool looking at him as oh my days, we want Leroy Sane. I think it's a more of a cool. If Salah does leave, we need to look at who's available and who could maybe suit the style and maybe could play there. And I think Sane is just one of those options. You know what I'm saying? I think you can't not plan for someone. As I said, there's no such thing as a Salah replacement. We're never going to replace him. But you have to look at adequate replacements. And the right wing market, it ain't great. Like, you'd say Leroy Sane, Rodrigo, he's untouchable. Diaby, he's going to have 100 million price tag by the end of the season. He's just signed for Villa. Who have we really got on the right wing? Bukayo Saka, untouchable. Who have we really got? So you look at Leroy Sane, he's actually attainable, but again, his heart probably lies with City. So I don't not believe that Liverpool are interested. It's whether he's interested in Liverpool. That's the question. And it's I don't know, man. I think in terms of playing style, he definitely suit what we do, because we kind of press with the left winger and the striker, and Salah's basically the worst out of the three. He's always been the worst out of the three when it comes to pressing, and we kind of almost hide him in the press.
Leroy's not great at that, you know. He's not great.
Exactly, and that's what I mean. So if it was a like for like, you could say Leroy could be the one who, again, Liverpool only press with their. We not only press, but our press is predominantly maybe on Diaz and Darwin or Gakpo or whoever. The right winger, as I said, is Salah, been the best at pressing. So maybe Leroy Sane could help Leroy Sane if he was to step into Liverpool. He doesn't have to press as hard as maybe people think he would have to, and focus on getting the ball and beating players, because he's having a good season. He's been fit for a while now, and if he finishes the season well for Bayern Munich, you could see him returning to the Premier League. But I think it's more of an interest from Liverpool rather than
he's had issues. To be fair, he's always had these little spouts and issues with managers at Bayern. No matter who it is, other than Hansi Flick, he's always got some sort of thing going on with a player. If not, it's a manager. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I can criticize him with.
And even before that, if you remember, I think part of the reason Lewis kind of touched on it. Can you remember that? I think it was it Lothar Matthäus or someone like that came out and said Leroy Sane's got the world at his feet. He could be an amazing player, but he needs to. I swear he said he needs to look like he cares more in training. Not that he needs to train harder. He said he needs to look like he cares more in training, because he looks like he's not really that bothered. And I guess that's the one thing with me that I've always said where I don't know if I'd ever see him coming back, is because I do remember there were times in games where I always remember this one game. Leroy came on, it was an important game, and he nearly got subbed off by Pep because of the fact that he just wasn't tracking back. But Pep's evolved since back then as well, and you know the fact that we now sometimes play with 4 centre backs, and that maybe there is room for that, because Mahrez was never good at tracking back, if we're being honest. So I don't
This
know.
is the interesting thing, D, as well, man. Pep and his master plan of how he does things. Imagine seeing direct wingers without overlap and fullbacks. This time, you don't need it.
It
Even
feels like we're slowly setting up for that. Like you look at even like the likes of Doku as well, and I think Doku has, when you look at what he can do, when you look at Sane's qualities as well, I think we're going into that era. And I'll be honest, Sane, people said it already. I do think there is unfinished business there. Like, yes, there might be problems behind the scenes and all of that. Maybe with training, even when you look at Bayern and what Daps has said. But I do think that there is that element that Pep wants to have one last go with Sane. And I think it does make sense as well for different reasons. That's already been mentioned by LB and Daps for, maybe Bernardo Silva might leave. You can change positions for certain players. And there is a space for him there. And I'll be honest, I actually wouldn't be surprised if it does happen. I know we're talking about it now, but come next summer, I think it should be for next summer. I'll be surprised if it's in January. Come next summer, I could see easily Sane going back. I could see that happening. Because the way he left, it was a bit like, why is he leaving now? It's a bit too early. And all the reports are suggesting that his girlfriend, or I don't know if it's his wife, is happy at Manchester. Clearly life in Germany ain't as clear. Like I think it does make sense, and I think it will happen. Like I'm expecting it to happen. I'll be more surprised if it doesn't happen.
I don't need this to happen. I've already got nightmares of thinking about 2017 days of this guy at the back post.
Oh,
so's
Monts. Monts has got one or two nightmares, isn't it, Monts?
Yeah, maybe.
I personally don't want to see it. Why it makes sense, LB, anyways, just to wrap up on Sane, is just like he's gonna have 1 year left in the summer. He's gonna be turning 28 in January, right? I'm pretty sure Sane's, I think, there you go, Naramine, sorry if I say your name wrong. His missus is actually from, if I'm correct, a City fan and all sorts, and wants to be back in England. I saw that as well. So all the factors kind of add up that he wants to be maybe back in England, and his time at Bayern is coming to an end. Because surely Bayern get these contracts wrapped up quick. Why would you allow one of your most highest paid players? Listen, I think that's maybe one of Bayern's longest problems is, harboring too many players for too long and can't be able to sell them.
Yeah, now listen, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, it might just be contract negotiation stuff, you know what I mean? But it's not a wage thing because he's the fourth highest paid player at Bayern Munich. So it is, so why would he be putting out these rumours if he was happy to stay? I think that there is probably a desire for him to come back. It all depends on what happened when he left. Was it amicable between him and Pep Guardiola? If he just knocked on Pep's door and said, "Yo, I'm German. I want to go back to Germany. It's nothing to do with you or the club or whatever. I just want to go home." Then I would be surprised if Pep's like, "Nah, I'm never coming back." If there was a little bit of a argument or some sort of like frustrations between the manager and the player, which maybe there was, because obviously Daps mentioned tracking back and that maybe there was. Who knows? Then I think that it's probably not going to happen, but it's certainly on the cards. And I'd love to see him back, man. I'd love to see him back. If the thing is as well, right, if we lose Bernardo Silva, which is very, very probable, you're going to get 50 million for him. You're not going to spend much more than that on Sane because he's only got a year left on his deal anyway. And
he's 28, he's in his prime.
And as well, right, he should be able to fit straight into the system because he's already worked under Pep Guardiola. And I'd actually say he's matured since he's left City. If you look at his positioning. What's this?
Remember that?
Yeah, he's chilling. Look
at him, they're good though, and Pep's there with him. But they ain't got no issue. I what you were just about to say there, maturing thing. I think that's key. You got to remember when he left City. What was he? 24?
24, right? Like that, yeah.
24, younger, and you know what? He was being sold. He's going back to his home country to be the superstar at Bayern. That'll then make him the superstar of Germany. I think things like that not going well. And look, it hasn't gone badly, has it? But it hasn't gone well, yeah? That helps you mature and realise, do you know what I had before was good, and probably would make him realise, do you know what, I probably should have listened to Pep that little bit more. And, do you know, so, well, I'm not going to lie, I want to get gassed over it because I think 95% of City's fan base, possibly more, have always wanted Leroy to come back.
I did a
it's
poll
just-
yesterday in my stream, Daps.
was it?
Obviously, mainly City fans, and it was like 89%. I think.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah,
there you go.
and even me with saying I do. The one frustration would be the tracking back. By the way, I had the same frustration with Yaya Toure that sometimes Yaya didn't track back as well. But even me saying that, I still love him to come back, man. Like it's just once a blue, always a blue, innit?
Do you know what? You know what I would say just quickly, just to add to that, though, Daps? Like, I think sometimes with managers, like with the top managers, especially Pep, sometimes they tend to be very stubborn and stick to their ways when it comes to selling a player, even though bringing them back to the club in midst of success makes sense. Like, I know it's not exactly the same and it's a little bit worse because of the way Coutinho left, but Coutinho was linked to us every window. And
Can I come back at you there, Mots? Can I come back at you there? This is why I think it's a good point. This is why I think it all depends on how it ends. But do you not think actually it'll give Pep Guardiola a little bit more of a power boost? Because if he comes back, everyone's going to look at it and go, shit, City and Pep Guardiola really is the place to be. Sane went to Bayern Munich and realised that he fucked up. That for me, I'm looking at if you're a player that maybe at City that's considering leaving, like a Bernardo Silva. Bernardo might be sitting there thinking, hang on a minute, Sane, a German kid, went to Bayern Munich, biggest club in Germany, and decided it was a mistake and has come back. He might look at it and go, shit, am I making the right move now leaving? And any other players, you know what I mean, in that situation, it could flip the other way.
That's the positive. That's the positive spin. But also, there's also the negative spin where it's like, oh, well, this kid wasn't even, cool, he's matured, but like, why is he coming back for? Do you know, it could also be seen as a slight weakness. Like, that's how people looked at Jurgen Klopp. Well, I think maybe Klopp thought he would have been perceived as if, you know, because at multiple windows, he could have signed Coutinho back. Multiple windows, this could have happened. Even when we was at the top of our game, and he's gone to Bayern Munich on loan, and when he was at Barcelona, like, this is something that we could have added. Coutinho was still a player that could have added some. Remember, we still lacked creativity in the midfield for Liverpool when we were winning things. Remember, it was the wing backs that we was almost attacking through rather than
that golden era, of winning everything. Months.
Over the space of 2 years or whatever. But I'm just saying that, like, that was Klopp's stubbornness, though. I'm not saying because the move made sense, but it's almost that stubbornness these top managers have. I'm not saying Pep's could be the same, but I don't know. Sometimes it might be like you've made a decision. Maybe
there when you won the league, was he? He was there when you won the Champions League, but then left.
No. He was there. He left in 2017-2018. He left in January of 2017-2018.
So he didn't win either. So did he?
He didn't win either.
Let's ask this. Of course, Mark, you wouldn't know this, yeah. But how many Liverpool fans would you say would have wanted Coutinho back after the way he left?
Not as much. Nowhere near as much as it would.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's different. I think it's different situations based on that. Because I think with the way Sane left City,
140 million.
I think he wants to go back to the country.
Coutinho brought literally the money that funded their next 25 years of signings.
It's the way that he left. It's the way that he left. It's different to Sane. That's why I think Sane will be more open.
Did he? He handed in a request, did he?
Yeah. In the summer, he handed in a request.
That's why he had this season.
But then
that's why he had this season.
He agreed to play till January. Had the craziest half season, like 20 GA from September till Jan, and then just fucked off. 146 mil.
Yeah, that's why I think it's different. I think Sane going back to City, it was like more of a case of he wants to go back home. But there's still respect there. Whereas with Coutinho, like I remember at the time, there were Liverpool fans saying, you know,
I hear it. But if you deep it, Coutinho kind of helps Liverpool. He helps Liverpool. He helped Liverpool. He contributed to Liverpool winning the league and the Champions League, right? Because that money was spent on fucking
Van Dijk and
Van Dijk and Fabinho.
Bro, he helped you. It's like people should be thanking him.
He walked so we could run. But my point is that we could have done the mad thing and probably taken him back a lot for probably because remember Barcelona wanted him out. And and at so many points, we could have either taken him probably for no more than 30 mil, 40 mil at the age of 28, 29. But again,
where is he now?
He's in Saudi. He's in Saudi Arabia. He was at Villa.
Yeah, he's in Saudi.
Saudi now. He's 31 now. 31 now.
Oh, that's mad that he's 31, you know.
Crazy.
Presto the first is LB, unblock me on your channel.
Working overtime to get unblocked.
LB, is it a yes or no? We need an answer.
I don't even know. No, Presto, I told you, bro. You're not blocked, man. This guy thinks he's blocked. But I'll literally record the block section of my
You
YouTube
just mustn't
channel.
ever read out his comments or something.
No, he says he types in my chat and it doesn't come up, but he's not. I don't know if you guys know like what to do, but I promise you, bro, you're not. I'm not harsh. You know what I mean? I block people there. I always unblock people.
That happened to me once, and they were actually blocked. Just double check.
Yeah, don't worry, we got about 50 of them. I was moving on.
We could probably do with them at the moment. Cass, unblockable.
Yeah.
Where's Jack Napier? Get him back.
He's in there. I've got all of his accounts blocked. And then when he doesn't get my nerves anymore, I'll unblock him. But what's called 415 people in here. Please smash the like button if you haven't done so yet. Smashing the like helps the video out. And if there's more people that come into the video, then it also means all these guys here, XLB, Back of the Nest, and also Big Six Bands in the description below might actually have a new subscriber, someone that watches them daily. And that could build up all 420 of you that's currently here. So make sure you smash the like button. Just a friendly reminder. I know all of you don't exactly have accounts that are watching here. You might just type in never a foul because you know when we're going to go live, etc. So big up if you haven't got an account anyways, but if you do have an account, please hit the fun button. It helps massively. Moving on. Florian, go on.
He was blocked. Bro, I've checked this block list, yeah, like 3 or 4 times, man, and I just seen it there. Yeah, right, I've just unblocked you, bro. My bad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Now I want to know why he was blocked.
I never blocked you, and I checked it. It's like, you're blocked.
What did he do to get blocked?
Might be in a mod, to be fair.
Yeah, it might have been a mod. True.
Yeah. Moving on. Florian Wirtz being tracked by City last summer, and also Chelsea keeping tabs. Shock. So, but this looks like it's actually heating up a little bit. You know, reports in Germany and so forth. It's looking like Man City might table some sort of bid. Will it happen in January? 100% not. I doubt it. Leverkusen,
they're not going to let him go, are they? Surely not.
Even for himself, I see it. Yeah, no, I don't think he'd want to. If he wins the league, though, he might.
I think even more so for Leverkusen, they've got the fact that how they're playing at the moment. Yeah, and secondly, how he's playing at the moment, they'll just be thinking, do you know what? Another 6 months of him playing like this, and if we do something special, then his price tag, I've heard his price tag's already insane. His price tag's going to go through the roof.
Well, that's apparently
how much is it?
Well, apparently they want 87. That's the price.
Yeah, I heard.
Which is mad. I think that's low. Especially if he has a good Euros as well, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's what I mean. That's why But I don't think they'd take that now. I don't think they'd sell him now. I think,
bro, this came out like yesterday or something.
For real? What? Did they take it now?
Not in January. Apparently, he didn't want to leave. So the rumor in the summer was that he didn't want to move to a big club because he wanted to get game time to make sure he's in the team in the Euros, which is fair dues.
Yeah. But the way I see it is with the. Oh, so they're saying they want 87 in the summer. But this is the whole thing. Whenever I see fees on players before the time, I think that's just the media, bro. Because I'll be real. There is not a chance in hell I'm going to start telling people next summer I'm selling my house for this amount. Yeah. Without knowing what the market's going to do at all. Right. It just wouldn't make sense because even more so when, like you said, he's got the Euros coming and they're in a title race. If he keeps performing like this, then they know that next summer they're going to be wanting what? Way over 100. Like you got to think about.
He's got 3 years on his deal as well. So
so 3 years.
Well protected.
If he keeps, how old is he?
20.
Well, it's going to be a lot of money. It's going to be a lot of. The only thing is that is relevant to it is what other wingers are available. Because if there's not even
really
not wingers. Sorry. Yeah, I must admit, I'll be honest, Cass. I thought he was because everything I've seen of him,
bro. Musiala is probably the other one
for real. But everything I've seen of Wirtz looks more down the wing. But are you saying he's not a winger?
Nah, he's a midfielder, bro.
I
think he can play.
That goal he scored, he was just in the position at the time. Like
just happened to be there.
Yeah.
But I've seen a few things like that where he's down the right.
Technically, he's not wrong. If you think of the way the Bernardo Silva plays, you could say Wirtz does exactly that. Because if you look at the spaces he takes up, whether it's in the middle or off, typically you don't see him on the right, but you see him more on the left, in my opinion, by the Leverkusen setup. But he's always in them half spaces the 10 half space, which you could say what they call it these days, the wing something. Wide mid. I don't know.
What was that one we heard? We heard a mad one the other day. Was it something like an inside winger or something? What was that one we heard?
A false winger.
A false winger or something. False goalkeeper, Edison.
Oh, mate. Yeah, 100%. There's always a new position or a new name for someone these days, man. But yeah,
Listen,
man.
All I'm saying is if Chelsea are in for him, then every single City fan, we need to just start spamming any socials that he has, reminding him of what happened to Havertz when he moved to Chelsea. Yeah, just puts him off that move by any means.
Not just give him a carbon copy of João Felix. Carbon copy.
I don't think he'd go to Chelsea. Like, no, I know Chelsea fans are in here probably thinking, oh, why wouldn't he want to come to the Chelsea? I'm thinking, what's going out right now? You got Nkunku, but we don't know where he's going to play, whether he's attacking mid. You got Conor Gallagher, who's the other attacking mid. Maybe Nkunku ends up front. Who knows? But I think you're going to go buy a striker, so I don't think so. Maybe he ends up on a wing. But the way I look at it, he could probably get the best coaching probably out there in Pep in systematic football, which is obviously like in the German football. So you should technically slot in quite easy with information. And two, a lot of game time. And again, Mons, I don't know what you think about Wirtz. But I don't think it will cost them loads as people. I don't think it'd be 100 million. I think a lot of players that come from Germany, especially the way Man City kind of negotiate, maybe 80 million might be on the cards, but I don't see 100 million.
I think
it will be if Chelsea are involved.
Because it depends on the season he has this year, because he's hit the ground running again. Like, you know,
I'm going to get his stats up, by the way. I'm going to get his stats up as well.
Because he's hit the ground running again. And bro, if he wins the league as well, then I'll go add another 30 mil. Just go add another 30 mil to that. Whoever values him or whatever now. But I think it's more about the contract length. Like, I think if Chelsea try and get him, I don't know. For me, that's the wrong move because obviously Nkunku's there. And I look at Pep and City aren't in transition, but City are gonna have to start getting rid of certain players very soon. And City 2.0 is probably going to be happening in the next season or two.
Oh, already started, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. You could say it started already with obviously the departure of Gundogan.
And Mahrez. You look at the front line, like most of our front lines, like 21, 22.
I hate these are sitting there wondering, why me?
How much better? The only thing I'll say with Wirtz, obviously, okay, cool. I haven't watched him game in game.
I'm happy with City, man.
I watched a few games. I watched a few games. He's a good player. My only thing is that how much better is he than Jack Grealish when he is playing central? That's why I'm not sure about the price tag. I understand the hype and I understand the goal he scored was phenomenal.
Yeah,
but
I hear what you're saying.
Much better than Jack Grealish when he comes into the middle, because it's not the end of the world. It's not Jack Grealish or Doku. It can be Doku and Jack Grealish in the middle.
Yeah.
It's just maybe an integration process rather than just throw Jack Grealish there.
Twitter will not be ready for that view from you. I hear it 100%, yeah. I hear it 100%. But bro, don't ever put that on Twitter, yeah. That Jack Grealish, because they'll just look at videos of my guy and be like, "Well, you compare Jack Grealish to him? How are you doing that?" Like they'll put that one goal. But
what does Wirtz have on Grealish in terms of this legacy thing though? Wirtz is a new boy in this thing though. Come on, man. Yeah, he's
also it's very relevant when you're looking at the manager you're going to play under. And ultimately, like I keep saying, when it comes to ball retention, yeah, which is what Pep loves, Grealish is the master of it. Grealish fucking keeps hold of the ball or gets a foul. Either way, like you don't really lose the ball. So, yeah, I hear it. I mean, listen, I'd love it, but we've
can we see City signing both Sane and Wirtz? Like, can that happen in the same
you know
window?
what? Let me tell you, D. 300 million won last year. How much did they spend of that, and how much did they receive back in signings? Sales. Sorry.
Yeah. Do you know our net spend over the last 3 years? Yeah, 140 million pound net spend over the last 3 years. We are broke, man.
But then I guess if you get rid of Bernardo Silva, and I guess like the finances might play, like maybe get rid of Silva and then bring in Sane with that.
Have you not seen the latest D? Somehow 700 odd million in revenues.
Oh yeah, bro, they got the money. Trust me, they got the money. They're growing, man.
They got the
Hey,
legal.
shirts are selling all over the world, in Turkey, in Asia, like everywhere, America. Like, see our big club now, man.
I'm pretty sure a lot to do is that it's because of the winnings, the actual winnings that they got.
Yeah, some of it's
Yeah,
winnings,
but
but there's a lot of things. It's winnings.
lot of
It's also, you got to remember, like, having these clubs, the City Group having all these clubs all over the world, yeah, that helps market. Like Man City, when we created New York City, they partnered up with the Yankees, yeah. The Yankees are one of the biggest teams in world sport, yeah. We partnered up with them to use their stadium. It's clever as fuck, right? Because it instantly, how can we get a fan base in America? I know, we'll play at Yankees Stadium, right? Well, straight away, if you're a baseball fan and you hear of this new sport called soccer, right? You're like, oh well, I might as well support the team that play at my gaff. So it's smart, bro. Everything that this and until you really like go abroad and go to other places, like I always say, when I'm in Barcelona and I see a shop that's got a City section that's not far off the size of the Barcelona section, it's mad. So listen, it's great.
Yeah, becoming a force. People will see it in about 5
Palace will be there soon, bro. Palace will be there soon. Don't worry.
You know, little
when you
see kids playing football, or when you see like people walking just out on the streets, you see City. You see City now. It's all City. City's taken over that United. What United used to have, City's taken over, and it is what it is.
I don't want City you be walking.
Wait. Bro, don't come for like the Manchester United size of the club and their, you know, how big they are. Don't pause. Don't do that. That's all they have left. Is how popular we are. They have left. Don't take that away.
City's there, man. City's there. People will see it. City's growing as well. I know people are talking about now, but we're living in history. Like, this is going to be moments that we're going to talk about in like 10 years' time. Look at City. Look at what they've done. Look at Pep, and people are going to see it, man. People are going to see it in about like 10 years' time, man.
We'll be on millions. We'll be on millions of subscribers by then. So hopefully.
Yeah, and that's Del Boy, so I'll be a millionaire and all that kind of stuff in the 10 years' time. Anyways.
Glazers will still be here though, wouldn't they?
Well, no, it's used to 10 more years. So
there we go. 10 more years. In 10 years' time, they'll still be here.
Hey, Mons, don't let us get your boy Michael Edwards in our recruitment, yeah? But anyways, moving on from that. Paqueta, man. Does anyone actually see this move happening? Because of all the scandals surrounding him at the moment, it still hasn't gone yet. That's exactly probably the move that I don't think City wanted. I know he's playing out of his skin, by all means. I think Paqueta actually suits Arsenal a lot more. If they want to for kind of replacement to Xhaka, the left-hand side role, go watch him at West Ham as well. He's balling out this season. When a player balls out typically in their season, it's because they want to move. I don't give a shit what anyone tells me. Yeah, they want a move.
He wanted City. He wanted City badly.
But the thing is, will City end up having him?
We won't. But not unless. But I think City want him as well. But the speed City pulled out before, yeah, like with spam the chat with 115 hanging over our heads, yeah. There is no way City touch him until that is dealt with, right? So if I'm Paqueta right now, I am doing everything to get that dealt with, because if that gets dealt with, I think City will have him. But if not, they won't go near him, bro, because it's just scandal that we wouldn't want near our club.
Otherwise we would have got him ready.
That's why exactly. We wouldn't have bothered pulling out. He's not bad. He's still playing,
regardless of how good Paqueta's playing. Until that gets solved, as Daps said, I think we're still in the same position. I'll be honest.
You don't want to do a Tonali. You know what I'm saying?
And it's big cash as well there, you know what I mean? We're talking 90 million
cheap,
quid. Like, even if it gets cleared, I don't even know if they'll go for him even if they get cleared. Because it's just like, bro, there's no smoke without
still
fire.
Hanging over him.
What's the point in it? If it was cheaper, then maybe, but you know, even if they gets cleared, unless you get like the full dossier, of like what was the allegation, what was the investigation, what was the outcome. If they just come back and say we investigated and it was fine, if you don't get no more information, you're going to shell out 90 mil.
Yeah.
What about if they come back a year later and be like, we're reopening the investigation? Banned,
I think as well, there's probably look, whatever we were speaking before, was it when City were bidding for him before? It's round about 90 million, was it? Was it about that? Right. West Ham would have known about this, yeah. So I would imagine if this gets cleared, West Ham could be like, well, actually, you know what? If Declan Rice went for that much as a kind of more defensive midfielder, we want even more for Paqueta, because so they might even ask for more. I do hear what you're saying as well, that even if it is cleared, look, we've been cleared as a club a fair few times, but it don't change what people say about us.
Exactly.
So,
what's the point?
Yeah. Just add another charge, 116. But what's it called? No, no, joke went over. Never mind. Thanks, guys. Great support, D.
I find it funny.
Why do you always get up to me like there's no one else here?
Oh, South London friends.
Clearly not. Clearly not. I've got a North London friend instead. Imagine that, the opposite.
Wait, it's from North London.
Yeah, I'm from North London still.
Yeah, that's like going Croydon. That's just quite. The last bit of transfer news that I've seen pop up, and this is through French media mainly, not English media. And if there's typically a French, Algerian, whatever you want to say, involved, it will go through France's media. LE10 to be precise as well. Not a bad outlet, not Le Equip if people are thinking that. That's just like Build or whoever else. Ait-Nouri. Ait-Nouri. Now, Man City are trying to get Wirtz, which is pissing me off already. And there's a left back. If there's any left back I'd want throughout the Premier League, it's Ait-Nouri. I wanted him from back when he was back in France. Do you want him once? Because he's the only fullback that I've ever seen lock up Salah multiple times.
Bro, that's like saying back in the day, do you want Beyonce, bro? Of course. I'm taking and give me Ait-Nouri. You know what I'm saying, bro? The only thing that does trouble me is his injury record's a bit funny, innit? But technically, this guy is always doing bits. Like, do you know what it is? He's kind of got that Zinchenko type build where I think he's a little bit better than Zinchenko defensively, but he's got that thing where for me,
he better be more than a little bit for you to want him as much as
I know.
God damn.
You can't have Manchon on both sides, then it's just
that would be wild.
On the wing back, but no, like he's mad techie with it, and you could just see. You look at him, go, who? Like the fact it's still confusing to be like he's still at Wolves even now, almost. No disrespect to Wolves, by the way. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I look at him, his ability going forward, and I think that is something that can help maybe Luis Diaz, because for me, Luis Diaz and Robertson don't have the greatest link up. It's not like Mane and Robertson, which was almost telepathic. I believe he can build more of a telepathic rapport with one of our wingers, and it can be really dangerous, especially going forward. I don't really know too much about his delivery. What's his delivery saying?
I wouldn't rate his corners.
He doesn't really cross the ball that much.
I think
but I wouldn't rate his... What?
I think it's just like, I don't think it's like anything decent, but I don't think it's like
it's not. Oh my god, he's got
But he's 20. What is he? 22 years of age.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah.
Would you not say LB? He's definitely if they're targeting left back, Shimaka's just signed a new deal, so let's say he's not going anywhere. But if there's anyone that's going to go, obviously Robertson. I don't think Robertson leaves as of yet. He might transition a little bit differently. But if you're thinking of long term, Robertson is on the decline and has been for the last couple of years. Still putting in decent performances, but they have to start looking like City are for replacements because Robertson is not getting any younger.
Yeah. No, I like him. I think he's a good player. Drives. I think he'd do well at Liverpool. But you are right. That Robertson is. He don't really have to say. I don't know about Daps, but when we used to play Liverpool, I used to hate Robertson being on the pitch because
cold, man.
he was just like a bit of a dick, and he used to wind me up as a fan. He used to wind the players up, but I feel like he's lost a little bit of that. I feel like
back up with his ability though. Like he wasn't shit and would do it. Like
no. I agree. But now I feel like he's not at that same level, man.
Yeah, he's dropped off. I've been pretty consistent with this with Robertson that I'd have to sit and go through it and really look at the left backs in Premier League history. I know obviously you've got Ashley Cole. But left back has never been something that, if we were talking right backs, we've got a good few names that we'd come up with. With left backs, come on, throw some at me. I think Robertson might be in the top 5 Premier League left backs of all time. I'm not.
He's the wing back. The single most assists of all time in the Premier. He has the most assists of all time.
But it wasn't just that with the assists. Do you know what? And the assists didn't get spoke about enough, probably because of what Trent was doing. But it's also that defensively he was good, and like Lewis said, he had that shithouse in him. And he was. You know what? He wasn't far off captain material. I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of like one of them ones. I wouldn't be surprised if sometimes he does wear the armband before he's probably.
You know what I'd say on it as well? I think he's probably suffered from not having competition. Yeah, because players need competition. If you remember Kyle Walker when he was at City with Danilo, he was just putting in average performances. As soon as Cancelo come in, he thought, shit, and his level went up. And Robertson's probably suffered for not having any, just knowing he's on the team sheet every week. He needs to be pushed in training. So I think maybe that you might, if you get a left back in, get like Nori in, something like that, then maybe you'll see his levels.
Has his performances declined to the level where you think a replacement is needed yet? Because I think that we can see that he's not at his peak now. But how many years do you reckon he's got?
I still reckon he's got about probably 2 years left in him. I think I look at Robertson, and for me, it's not even really his defensive issues, because like I don't look at Robertson and go, you're a liability defensively. I still look at Robertson and go, you're still probably top.
It's his engine's going. It's his engine that's going, isn't it? Really?
It's not his engine, bro. It's his his decision making going forward was so good. Like he done everything defensively that we wanted Trent to do, and his delivery was brilliant. Remember the Robertson low cross to Salah? How much we'd spam that? How many times we'd spam that? And it would go every time, goal. Bro, now it's like anything past anything in the second third of the opposition's half, it's like he panics. It's like his delivery from the set piece is still good, but in game, it's like he doesn't know what to do going forward anymore. I don't know where it's come from and how it's happened, but going forward, he's not the same player. And I keep thinking game by game, yeah, cool, we're going to get a game where Robbo's decision making in the final third is excellent. But it's not that good anymore. And again, I think it's Mane. I think maybe it was never that good, but because he was so good with Mane, it looked better and he was able to get into the spaces. Now, he made do you know what? He made an underlapping run. I was at the Tottenham game. It was just so obvious to overlap Diaz, and he ran on the inside and just closed the space.
Hey boys, just quickly, I'm just gonna dip off, yeah. But have a good day.
Have a good weekend, bro.
And so for me, I don't know, man. For me, I just like I think maybe it's him going forward for me is if I tell you look right now, Tsimikas is better going forward than Robertson, Liverpool fans probably agree with me. And that's crazy to say. And Tsimikas is actually better going forward than defensively. But Robbo, for me, was such a threat going forward. And that I think that's, I don't know. He is slowing down. And that's, bro, you can't run at full speed for Jurgen Klopp for 6-7 years, bro. Like, it's all right.
Yeah,
like,
I hear that. I do think I think when Lewis was touching on the having competition, I thought it wasn't just about competition. It was about having someone to give him a bit of a break. I really do think that. I mean, and we've got to be, if Fabinho got burnt out, then why the hell didn't Robertson? Right. And like so I think it's the same thing. I think he's a little bit burnt out. And how old is he now? About 29?
Young, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't think I still think having this season, I know he's injured at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah. He's out for the rest of like the calendar year.
So I think this might help him as well. You might see him. I think he might do. As long as you don't rush him back, I think he might come back. I think you probably do to a certain extent. I'll be honest. I think you miss him, and it sounds mad because Liverpool, but I think he's very key to
do better than Ait-Nouri though. I hear it, but
yeah, but when you think of long term, maybe I don't know. I see Grimaldo in the chat. I'm not all for the Grimaldo shots. He's more of a wing back, not left back. I can see Ait-Nouri.
Hincapi, how do you say his name?
Yeah, I think he's more of a left back than a centre back. He'd be a good one, but he plays like left centre back of a free typically, isn't it? So it's a bit. I think you're already chasing him. I think you're chasing someone. But I think Ait-Nouri is a great shout though because he won't cost you a lot either. Maybe you get both. You're looking at left centre back and left back. That you do need both, in my opinion. If you want to think long term Liverpool, you can't be going into next season thinking. If you definitely want to win the league by, let's say, like a good margin or so, or actually compete with whatever's next, you can't be.
If they want to win the league,
yeah, you can't be going.
Liverpool. We are the captains of. Oh, do you know what? Good squad this year. We'll go again.
Yeah.
We'll go again. Yeah. Man City just made 2 signings. They've just replaced what they need.
That's why you retained it, isn't it? Oh shit, you didn't.
Yeah. Honestly, big up yourself, man. I've been seeing you super chat everywhere and helping supporting people, once especially as well. And I see you in other streams. So big up yourself, man, for supporting. Big up, man. Then send Costas, as in Shimikas, to the Shadow Realm. Plus, have you seen seen Argentina versus Uruguay? Darwin again doing bits. Uruguay got a very good team. Yeah, they're cooking at the moment. They're cooking very much. Even Luis Diaz, did he not score twice? His dad was against Brazil.
He did. His dad there, man.
That's mad. Putting in work. Salah got 4 goals. Flipping Szoboszlai got GA. Jota got GA. They all got GA. All of them got GA. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Only if
Yeah,
I had
nice.
this energy against Luton once.
Hey,
Only if
McTominay
I had
got
this
2
energy against
goals.
Luton. You,
I know.
you would have.
Oh,
Pick and
You
choose
might
What did you
be
your
say?
right.
time.
What did you say? What did you say, Kev?
I said McTominay got another brace. Does that count? No.
Oh.
Anyways.
no,
No, you should start. I reckon you should start
I
him
mean,
next game.
I have to say, people are going to mention Palestri against Uruguay. He completed the most take-ons in the whole match. No, he was balling out as well.
Yeah.
He helped.
You don't need to worry about Sir Jim, man. Forget about Palestri and
I
McTominay.
don't need to worry about him. We might be taking your guy just for recruitment.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny that Elise didn't get mentioned, Gay didn't get mentioned. I'm happy, man. You lot keep
You
talking
do,
about
if he
what
does
you
come, he's going to get mentioned, G. Don't worry.
Nah. It's fine, man. Let's talk about
At least,
signings.
he still has, at least he still has another release call. It might be a little bit more than 30 million, but
But now he ain't coming cheap. He ain't going to be 35. Trust me, he ain't coming 35.
Or what, a little 60 million? That rumored is. I'm taking it.
Maybe 60. I'll be happy with that.
Remember last year when you said Mark Gay was worth 70 to 80 million? I wonder how much that's worth now.
And he is right now. So nothing has changed. He is.
Wait. Mark Gay is worth how much?
Like 70, yeah, at least to Palace, like around 70 to 80 million. Yeah.
I like the way through the to Palace there.
To be fair, listen,
Mark Gay is one of the best centre backs in the Premier League.
Listen.
He's all right.
I'm not gonna lie. I said Trent's worth
England
100.
tax.
I'm standing on business. I said Trent's worth 150.
Yeah, I can't lie. If Mark Gay's worth 100, if that's the case, if Mark Gay's worth 80, then Trent's worth 130, 150, then bun it.
No.
Maguire seems cheap right now.
No, I'm dead serious. Forget what he said about Mark Gay. I generally think Trent is worth 150 million.
Yeah, I saw that. I was listening to that the other day once. It's a bit what I would say he would be worth that if he had the defensive side of the game as well. But it's too much, man. I don't know. It's just too much.
That's my evaluation. Obviously.
Oh yeah. Okay, we're doing that. Yeah, because that's my evaluation.
I'm listening for offers from 100 million up, 110 million and up in it, and then 150 we could actually start, getting the checkbook out. But yeah, it is what it is. Stop asking me what Rodri's worth. He's 27, bro. Let him.
He's
live.
worth like 500 million, man.
Quickly. This comment from Sam Boy, yeah. Nah, don't want no players from Palace. Let them rot. Hey, bro. After we smoked you, after we beat you 1-0 at Old Trafford, I would have thought you might have liked a few of them players because Gay kept the clean sheet and Anderson did as well.
I wouldn't want none of them. There's only 2 players I'd take from your club personally in it. But actually, you know what? There's 3 players.
You could do with Roy Hodgson right now, Cass.
I'll take Eze, Elise, and Mitchell.
I like
you would
Mitchell.
Take Gay. I'll take Gay over Mitchell, bro. I don't think you understand how good Gay is.
Maybe, but he can maybe for a mid-table club like yours. But yeah, but what's it called? Moving on.
I used to think
Gay would start for Man United.
Well, Peter Beagrie was my favourite winger
right now until everyone's available.
No, even when everyone's available, Gay he will start for Man United.
Yeah,
he probably would.
So the last thing I want is,
but that's not a bar. That's not a Bardi.
Yeah,
it's not. That's how good Gay he is.
No, but I'm trying to tell you now. I don't want one
good.
Well, it depends. Also, how bad Man United are.
I don't want one short centre back. I don't want one short centre back partnered by another short centre back.
Gay, he's not short like that, bro.
He's kind of short, G. He's kind of short, G.
Gay,
yeah, exactly. I'd rather a lanky. I need a 6'4" lanky don.
That Gay, I said he's short.
I need a lanky don. I need a lanky don. Dexter Martinez. I'll be real. It's a small man, big man combination.
Dan Burns vibes.
Yeah, that's more than lanky, G. That's stretch. That's stretch.
The thing is, would Gay even want to go Man United? This is what
do you mean? What? Money talks. So yes, anyone would want to go Man United,
and that is why you will remain.
Yeah.
That is why you will remain.
Well, no, but real talk, Cass. Do you want someone that comes for money, or do you want someone that comes because they want to go? His mentality is questionable if he wants to go United.
In respect, yeah. If Man United can't call him for one of their players, they definitely want to come, bro.
No, stop that. No.
Why am I going to stop that? Bro, you're not winning no trophies at your club. You're just there for vibes.
Hold up. Okay, wait. Okay, cool.
We like it.
First of all, that chant is better than all of your chants. Every chant.
I can't lie. That is the best chant in the Prem, no doubt.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
And two. Look, let's bring an example. Elise, what happened in the summer with Chelsea? What happened in the summer with Chelsea? £35 million they were about to get him for, and he said, "You know what? I'm going to sign another contract and stay at Palace." Eze signed another deal, 2027 at Palace.
Ooh.
Next. We're building.
Ooh. Everton
What?
had a 10-point reduction. Oh no!
Come on!
Oh
Get
no!
What?
This might not get relegated.
Ornstein dagger. It's the Ornstein dagger. Oh my
Ooh,
god!
ooh, that is a big one, you know, and that is, like I said the other day, I honestly believe that is setting a precedence. I think,
That is
like
crazy.
the other day, I was saying we have not seen a point deduction for a long, long time. Like Middlesbrough and Portsmouth were the last one. So all these point deductions being City might get a point deduction, Chelsea might get a point deduction, Everton might. Now they've set the precedent. Someone has got a point deduction. So
I need Everton to go down.
I honestly think it's like, right, if we're still going through it, and look, we might be it. None of us know none of that. This isn't about City. But however, it does set a precedence by saying, oh yeah, by the way, we're not here to play with this point deduction thing. We really will hand it out if we have to. So wow. Where does that put them, Cass? Where's it put them?
I mean, if the Premier League, I think they're like 2 points, isn't it?
Is it this season? I presume it's straight away.
They're gonna go joint with Burnley.
Oh, joint with Burnley.
Oh, Vinny's got a chance yet.
They're lucky. You know what? Everton are so lucky that Everton, Luton and all that are actually shit because now they still got a chance because Bournemouth only going to be 5 points ahead of them. But then again, they got to play. Oh, this is the perfect time to play Everton. I can't lie. They're going to be down in the dumps, bro.
Well, Everton are on 4 points, so they're actually equal. Bro, they've had a 10-point deduction and they're equal with Burnley. Mad.
Honesty says a question for you, man. Then why don't Pellistri get a chance at Man United, but Spinaroonie Anthony does? Even as a Liverpool fan, I see the talent in Pellistri. I think it's because when it comes to politics, when you spend 80 million and he's your player, you best play him. That's the way I look at it personally. I would always play Pellistri over Anthony. I think Anthony goes. Anthony's got to be hands down top 3 worst signings in the Premier League ever.
The more clips I see of him just randomly carrying the ball out or losing the ball is just hilarious.
Why are you, man, only mentioning it, like admitting it now that this guy's the worst? I know, cool, your answer's going to be, oh, yeah, we have to give him time. We can't say it.
Sample size.
I know the sample size was small when I said it, and it made it sound like I had an agenda when I said it, bro. But, bro, come on, fam. He weren't offering nothing after that 3-goal stretch at the start of the season. After that banger against Man City, I didn't see anything else.
You have to give things a chance, regardless. It is sample size. You have to give it a chance to adapt.
That's like me.
It's always been a way. It's always been a way.
Hold on, Cass. Give me a sec. That is like me finding a gal and seeing red flag after red flag after red flag after red flag after red flag, and then going,
sample size.
Let me give her a better sample size.
Well, how many people say they love toxicity?
But I would say the one thing I would say that it does highlight, is now that United fans are admitting how shit he is, that you've got to admit last season with this whole but it's what he does off the ball defensively thing, like, and it's not just United fans that do that. A lot of people do it, like obviously Arsenal fans with Havertz this season when they're trying to find ways to say, oh no, we're happy with him because. And it's like, in hindsight with Anthony, there was a lot of that last season.
Yeah, you have to, the figures of end players, though, it don't matter. I'm pretty sure there's been plenty of guys that have come to the Prem. The first season just hasn't worked out. And then the next season they ball out. So sometimes it just works like that. You just have to chance it. Because that's just the way it is. Adapting to new life as well in England is not easy, bro.
That old chestnut.
But it's true. It's true though. How many times have you even moved on?
That was the excuse during COVID, didn't it? That was the excuse during COVID.
There's nothing about his game.
No, but you can say that. You can say that, but people have seen this game, and that's why you give it a chance. Because if people have seen this game, want to see if they can do it, even after a year. But after that, you've had your 12 months. I'm not even going to give you 18 months. I've seen enough. So
Man's from Basildon, not Brazil. I don't care. He's not Brazilian. There's no way he's Brazilian.
He's putting on the accent and everything.
The way he does. I've just the more and more clips I see pop up on like shorts and that of him just fucking trying to do sexy shit and it ended up just getting.
It doesn't work. He doesn't got a Brazilian flair.
Someone said he won Wayne Rooney's Street Striker, innit? And that's how we got his contract.
That was a big
shot. We need to bring that back. That one where the one they were by the canal and had to put the ball into like the boats and that. It was sick.
Yeah, man. By the way, Enzo Fernandez, you're next. By the way, you're next on the list. You've had nearly a year. But what's it called? Last question. I don't want to talk about it too long because it's boring. But Arteta's been charged by Newcastle. Was that right or wrong?
Charged for the Newcastle, not by Newcastle.
Yeah, the comments. No, not by us. For Newcastle.
It is a disgrace. It is a disgrace. Yes, he deserves it. Yes. If we're
I
gonna,
think
it was going to happen. It was going to happen.
I think they waited for the. I think they waited for that press release to come out on Monday or Tuesday, just to kind of, because ultimately, if that being able to hear VAR, if it would have come out that ultimately VAR completely effed up, then I don't think he would have got charged, because they would have said, whereas they've released that, they've gone, you know what, it was 50-50. He shouldn't be speaking like that. Do you know what? He didn't hold back, did he? He should have said mate. If he would have said mate a few times, he would have been fine. But he didn't. He didn't say mate. So, he's got to hold it.
Yeah, what do you think, Dave? Rightfully, what do you think? Justified, not justified?
I think it was going to happen. Surprised it took a bit longer than usual. I know some people thinking that it shouldn't have happened because, he has a point and this and that, but they got their own rules. If you speak against them, they're going to charge you. He already knew that before he opened his mouth. So, look, I think based on the rules and based on what the Premier League do, it's not surprised. It was going to happen. I don't know why.
But do you think? Do you think? But I'm saying, do you reckon? Did he deserve it?
Did he deserve it? Well, if we remove the rules, I feel like the managers need to be a bit more open, like Arteta, in terms of what they feel, because nowadays I feel like everyone's robotic, even the players, in terms of their interviews. As soon as you add a bit of personality to a manager or to a player, it's straight away, you're doing too much, you're speaking too much. I feel like football is getting a bit too. It's like a narrative thing. You have to be stuck in a bubble. So I actually like what Arteta done. I like when managers speak up, when players speak up. But I don't think it's wrong in that way. But for the Premier League,
no, but your manager is a moaner. But what I'm trying to say, there's no. I think it's pathetic. The fact that you're trying to speak up against FAs and all this kind of stuff, and yet you get fined for speaking your opinion. Because does that not mean referees? It will go back to the same conversation until it happens to your team, by the way, again. And you have to make a different type of comments because they don't get in their feelings. That's a bit stupid, isn't it? Why can you not criticize people up above if it's not constructively? I think Arteta made a constructive argument for why it's pathetic and why he's been wrongfully done by the VAR and stuff. Even if it has come out. And it's a subjective opinion. The thing is, it's not concrete. It's a subjective opinion if it was a foul or not. But it's not. He's not going off of what the Newcastle think. I think it's a collective.
They want you to lie, basically. What the Prem wants you to do.
This is what I'm saying. It's a bit like what's going over in the Middle East right now. And they're trying to say you have to say the right things, otherwise we're going to delete your post or shadow ban you. It's the same kind of process.
Yeah. You have to fit into the narrative. You have to fit into their narrative. So if you don't, then they'll go. Then they'll charge you. Literally,
I guarantee you, if Pep was allowed to say whatever he wanted on referees, oh my word, you'll be hearing the most funniest statements you've ever heard in the world. But he don't bother. He does it in a different way.
More than you can believe.
Even Pep's been charged by these so-called comments before. You know what I mean? Even if they're not even directly at them, they don't give a shit. And this is what I think.
Why don't they change it?
EGMOL 100% is definitely corruption. 1,000,000% FA and all that have got a narrative.
So in that case, can we fairly say, in our opinion, that for 20 years, for 20 years, they had an agenda then as well.
Yeah, 100%. I think FA does this thing. They pick a team, whoever's on top, the baby of the media and all this kind of stuff. They get
told to, bro. Let's be real. They get told to.
I think they get told to. 100%. Whoever the best team is and who's going to be the most dominating factor.
The media get told to. 100%. The media are told to. 1,000,000%.
I hate the fact that what it is. I know it's boring. I'm gonna wrap it now, anyways. The whole point of Howard Webb, a friend has to come on and explain, doesn't mean he's going to explain his full opinion. Go get a foreign referee. I would love to see him go get a proper foreign referee, let him come in and talk. And let's see what he has to say about it. Go get a
maybe sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
I can't stand it. See, I think Arteta's been hard done by anyways, but this is the Premier League we live in, and until more Premier League managers stand up, it's not going to change. But by the way, guys, big up for the 200 likes. I won't even ask for any more, but if you do want to do it, it's up to you. So big up. Make sure you check out D's channel, LB, and obviously if you stay on here, it's going to go over the Big Six Bants with Mons, myself, and Roms.
Monts and Kaz.
Mons and Kaz. So yeah, man, if you stay on here, go over and like the video on Mons' channel. He'd definitely appreciate it, and I would appreciate it if you do as well, and everyone here as well. So if you want to go over there for some more entertainment and some more talk,
Stay here. Stay where you are.
Stay here.
And Kaz, can I leave this room? You ain't going to be in here. I can leave this room as it is in it because I need to dip.
Yeah, go on.
Love. Have a good weekend, people.
Cheers, mate. Mate.